Welcome Lions Nation. Ketan Darbar here with Sports Information. Have the pleasure to have Bryce Killian, Director of Wrestling. We're just gonna talk about the season. You know, we have a really long season. You guys can basically compete the whole year. It's exciting. It's probably like you're ready for like a downtime right now. But we're gonna have the chance to talk to you about like your thoughts, how your season went, everything, anything you wanna share, anything fun like at the end probably. But we'll talk more when you get there. So can you give me an overview, like what are your thoughts, like you've been here for like a couple years now, so what are your thoughts like from previous years to this season?
Yeah, so you know, everybody's growing. I'm growing myself, the team's growing, and it's very exciting. We are young, which is just the balance of us really taking that step moving forward and not just being competitive in the conference, but being competitive on the national stage is really what we're looking for, and we see that progress, which just gets everybody excited. You know, it's not just me, it's the coaching staff, it's the trainers, it's everybody together that just gets very excited about the development we see in the future.
Okay, and you see that on both sides, or you want to talk more about the men's?
Yeah. So the men's side, right? We are going to be older next year. We got some upperclassmen stepping up. We got some people coming off redshirt. Should be a pretty historic year for the program, especially since we've been NCAA. We hit a milestone this year, and it was great, you know, getting a qualifier and everything like that. But like, we got bigger goals. Not just me, the team, the culture. You know, we hold ourselves to a certain standard, and we're looking to meet those goals next year.
How about the ladies?
The ladies, you know, they're great. You know, this year as a team, I thought the people bonding together really was great. You know, we hit that family mark a lot stronger this year, just getting behind everybody, knowing, you know, what we're all fighting for here and respecting everybody's kind of output they're putting for the team. You know, at the end of the year, we didn't hit those big marks that we were looking for that we typically do, but I don't see it as a down year. I just see it as progress moving forward, and especially us being young, I think we'll have 1 to 2 upperclassmen next year, and the rest are really looking to just make a name for themselves. So we're very excited about that.
Nice. Do you have any memorable moment, like anything that like you really enjoy like this year? Like can be either side or both.
Yeah, so I mean, I got one for each, you know. For the men, definitely getting Micah Clemson, our 197-pounder, to be a national qualifier this year. It's just a step in his career, a step in my career as well. It's like we said, all that development that we've been doing. Just very excited to see him reach those goals. You know, we didn't get the outcome at the national tournament that we wanted, but just seeing how he developed just from making it to that stage, the future is going to be super bright. For the women, you know, I think just our regional tournament this year, we came out, you know, got second. Nothing to be too proud on, but it's just that development that we're talking about. 7-7 to nationals, having a team out there. It's just been very exciting for that, and we're not losing a single person on the women's team, so yeah, very excited for that.
Women's wrestling is growing a lot, right?
Yeah, it's tremendous. You know, not just in the state of Georgia, but in the whole country as well. You know, you see it from when I took part of the school I was previously at to where it is now and where it's going to be. You know, the future is bright for women's wrestling.
Okay, and he's emerging in his safe sport as well.
Yeah. They're hitting the NCAA marks. I think hopefully next year, the year after, they're going to be official NCAA, and just the development of the national championship. We're on you know, a nice arena with a stage and everything like that. So you see the growth in the NCAA, which is just overall going to help women's wrestling in general.
So, so as a coach, you also had the moment that you don't want to remember, and the like tough losses or something that was like, yeah, it didn't go the way I wanted. Did you have anything that happened this year?
Yeah, you know, there's always those. It wouldn't be, you know, a full long season if you didn't have some of those. You know, for the men, I think we had a big conference duel this year that I thought we could have competed in, and we ended up not scoring a single point. And you know, I hate even bringing it up, but it's something that we need to drive the point home for as we keep training, as we keep moving. So the men all realized that that was just not our day, and it really kind of had a grip on us for a little bit, but we're realizing that can only just help us move forward and get even stronger than we were. On the women's team, you know, we had our ups and downs as a dual meet team, just kind of piecing. A lot of injuries kind of plagued us on the lighter weights there, so that was a little bit of an issue, especially when we're rolling into national duels. But you know, we saw some signs of strength, some signs of growth there. So it's nothing that really gets me worried. It's just some things that, in the moment, you feel some type of way.
Do you
Yeah.
have anyone that, if you could go back in time and change it, would you change?
That's a tough question. I would say, with the lineup changes, things like that, they're always a little bit, especially on the women's side. Maybe somebody should have been here, somebody should have been there. But nothing that really, stands out to me that we should have changed. It's all just stuff that, myself and the team and the coaching staff just learns from and moves forward
Injuries
with.
always happen, right? Like injuries, like a part, especially in your sport, like it's a contact sport. So how you deal with that? Like if you have somebody that's injured, like man, I wish he or she were like on the mat, or do you always have like the feeling?
Yeah, it's tough. Injuries, a big thing, and I hate even bringing up the word, but ACLs are something that become an issue, and those ones, along with some shoulder injuries as well, they just take so long to come back from. And there's two sides of that. You see people come back even stronger than ever. They're ready to compete. They just make those jumps from that break. Or you see people feel like, oh, I had this time off, and I want to continue to have this time off, and then they never come back as much as they were at one point. So injuries, they're always get you worried, but we have a great training staff that keeps them in check, making sure they're doing rehabs, and if they're being proactive, they'll get back better than ever.
So you mentioned the training staff. Griffin is a huge part of your program. Can you tell something about him?
Yeah, Griff's been great ever since I've stepped foot on campus. He's been kind of my number one guy on helping me learn the campus, learn the team, and just learns the in and outs of a manual. He just brings a certain aspect to the team of, obviously he's a trainer, but he does way more than just that. It's helping our girls out day to day, and guys. And he's also our strength coach as well. And he's hitting every mark that we need from a trainer and some, so we appreciate him to the maximum.
He spends countless of hours with you guys, right?
Yeah, he's traveling with us all the time. But it's good because we, I think as a staff, we all connect pretty well. So when we're traveling, it's really not like, oh, we're doing all this. It's just a good time with all of us together there.
Cool. So shifting gears here a little bit. So coming up next, like you're in the summer, wrapping up recruiting, you probably like working your schedule. So what are you looking for 23-24?
Yeah, there's a few things. I think as a conference team for the men's side, we're going to be a problem. And, with the key pieces we're recruiting in right now, and like I said, the upperclassmen that are coming back, maybe some red shirt, whatever it may be, we are looking to make that point not only in the conference but the national stage. So overall, the men's team is just going to be exciting. The development is seen, and we're ready to make some action happen. On the women's side, we talked about it a little bit as a negative, but national duels. I think this year coming into that, our development first semester rolling into national duels beginning in January, we're ready to make that statement and get us back to where we used to be.
Cool. I feel like you guys gonna grow and like keeps growing. Talking about growing, like the wrestling arena, we have to talk about it. So there was a huge upgrade in the past like 2 years, or since you've been here. Like, what's coming next? What do you think is the next big thing?
Yeah, so we put in a lot of work in here, just if it's painting, if it's cleaning, if it's doing all these things. Ever since I stepped foot in here, just believe this is where the athletes spend a lot of time. And, wrestling involves a lot of sweat rolling around on mats, so we try to keep it as clean as possible. So making those improvements just really help us grow as, a team, as a program, let the athletes know that we do care about them and we're trying to upgrade the space as much as we can. I think this summer is really going to be focused on improving locker rooms a little bit more, and whatever else we can do. They're fixing the floors, they're doing all this. So having the school backing us and upgrading this building here, it's just been very exciting.
That's nice. So talking about upgrading, like you always had to recruit as a coach. There's a end game, there's a cycle of 4 years. If it's a transfer, there's less than that. So can you tell us something about the recruiting class?
Yeah. So our recruiting class is pretty strong. It's pretty deep this year. I think these first 2 years we're finding the people who were dedicated to the sport, who wanted to give a full 4 years and really wanted to give everything they had. I came into some athletes who maybe thought they were about that, and then once they saw the cycle, they maybe wasn't for them, and we wish them the best of luck. But I think the guys that we have now and the class that we are bringing in, I think it's just, they're wrestling minds, wrestling people, and not only that, but they're just good people for the college. I think they're going to fit in very well and hit all those marks we're looking for with recruits.
Okay, so and you mentioned something about the girls that you're not losing anybody. So how's that gonna pan out for like their recruiting class?
Yeah, so it's a little bit lighter on the women's side this year. We're looking to hit just top girls in the country. That's what's exciting about women's wrestling. We have the chance to reach out to, nationally ranked girls, state champion girls, all of these girls. So we hit a mark on some of the areas we needed, and we're very excited. I think we have 2 to 3 more we're looking to sign here in the next month, and we're really looking to put a competitive recruiting class mixed in, like we said, with the team we already have, and it should put us, like we said, back to where we were before.
Okay, that's good. It's great to hear. So whenever you bring a recruit on campus, do you have like a secret sauce? You tell something like different about yourself, or what's
Yeah, I try to be real with them. I try to be like, this is a business, and when it's time to make that switch to get in practice, get in competition mode, that's what we expect. And I'm not here to yell and scream at you. You just got to know your goals, and I'm going to remind you of those every day. And that's kind of how I incorporate it in with recruits of, hey, you have these goals, you have this style that you already have. We're looking to just continue to build on that. And, sky's the limit. If it's mat wrestling or if it's in a neutral position or whatever it may be, we're looking to improve what you're already good at and maybe add some more things to that to make you that complete wrestler. And that's what I'm strong with when I bring recruits in, to know that, hey, we're not going to completely change up what you do now. We're just trying to help you advance in the right direction and find out what's going to work in college and what may not work that worked in high school too.
So you're a very calm guy, so I watch you like on matches and stuff. You're not the yelling person on the side of the mat. Is that like something that you always like look like? You're not, because I've seen like other coaches and they're like always screaming, yelling, very intense, and you're more like in a calm nature.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am, and that's kind of how the mentors that I've worked with are as well. I see it as a positive kind of reinforcement in the corner where, we're going to get on to you when we need to, especially refs, things like that. We're going to be on your side, but, we're here to, if I didn't have to yell at all, I would be very happy, but, we will help them out, work them through situations, but we want to be professional in the corner. We want to hold ourselves to a standard, especially the, college as well. That's what we're representing on our shirts, singlets, everything that we have. So we just like to give them everything we have to get them ready for the match, and then, sit there. We get excited, big conference duels, with, like I said, Micah Clemson going to the national championship, that third place match, we're running all around in the corner. But yeah, there's those certain things that get you kind of leveled up a little bit when the risks are a little bit higher. But I like to just, let the guys know that we poured everything into them, and hopefully when they step out on the mat, they're ready to go.
That's nice, because I feel like it's interesting because wrestling is such an intense sport, and you're always like calm, and I just want to know, like, have like a secret.
Yeah, it's just I try to study the game, and I look at some of these high-level coaches, and like I said, the mentors that I've been around, and that's how they kind of hold themselves, especially around athletes in the corner. There are those times where they get excited, they're holding people accountable when they need to, but I like that style, and I think that's what I'm going to continue on doing there.
So to finish, you talk about like goals and setting standards. So can you share like some of the goals that you guys have for like the upcoming season? Yeah,
so doing better than we did in the conference this year on the men's side, right? I think we got 5th maybe in the conference, and we get some key marks, right? The development is there from where we came and where we're at now, but the key marks we're looking for is sending multiple people to the national stage next year and putting people on that podium. I stressed it ever since the end of this season, and we got guys locked in to do that, guys that have the talent, have the work ethic, and we're very excited. So those are the expectations that we do have, and it's not just going crazy with it, we really think that can happen, and as long as we're buying into the program, buying into the coaches, the team, and everything like that, we should hit those marks on the men's side. The women's side, national duels, placing top 8 there is that first step, and then getting multiple people on that podium. We don't have just podium potential on the women's side. We have national championship potential on the women's side. So sky's the limit with that. You know, we touched on maybe not the most productive year at the end of the year for us this year, but I think that just puts a fire in every single one of those women on the women's team that just moving forward, we should have tremendous success next year.
That's great. Well, wish you guys the best. Hope you enjoy the summer. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for the chat. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.